What's up, guys? Welcome back to the 956 Opposition. It is episode 10 today. All right, now, gotta start some of the big rip. Today's theme is big chillin'. Biden strikes back with a vengeance, guys. And Project 2025, what is it? What's it all about? What does it taste like? Where is it from? We're going to talk all about it and why the Democrats are going crazy about it. Let's see, what else? What else? What's up going on with France? We're gonna talk a little bit about France and how their freaking government's going down, even though ours is probably in worse shape. Excuse me, guys. I got a protein shake. We're gonna cover more local atrocities that happen in the RGV. Not very normal to other places in the country, but we are very unique. So we are gonna talk about the unique things that happen here. And Hurricane Houston damages. We're gonna get a look at some pictures and videos from there. Some people trapped in the water, man. Hope they make it out. I always joke around about hurricanes, but I really hope nobody gets seriously hurt out there, man. Dang, it's kind of wild. Houston always gets beat up by hurricanes. Do they deserve it? I don't know, but we'll find out today, guys. We will find out today. Let me take my rip though. Witness to this. So, the topics aren't that crazy. Not as crazy as other things we've covered, but there are some things to keep notice on. And obviously didn't come towards us. We didn't even see that much rain. Everybody in the RGV, lower southern Texas, y'all know we got very little rain. No real reason for AP to have it coming out. But let's go see what's up with Project 2025. Why is it a big deal? Who is it from? And is Trump really behind it? Now, see, this is what all the news are saying. Everybody is saying that this plan, oof, my touchscreen is going. You know what, guys? Let me just show you real quick. Let me just show you. I'm talking about my baby. Oh, we're going full touchscreen today, guys. Oh, oh, share audio too. What's goody? All right, so Project 2012. Everybody's saying that this is some kind of thing behind Trump. Guys, the only thing Trump has done, this project, this idea is just like plans, lobbyist stuff, things that they push towards the lawmakers whenever, a new term, new presidency started. Now, as history has shown, a lot of people don't really pay attention to lobbyists, what they want. They just do like small things or they just don't do anything at all. What Project 2025 is it's from the Heritage Foundation, and it's just their little policies that they want to put in place to, I guess, better society in their view. I mean, there's other better ways of doing it without offending everybody, but the thing is, why is everybody connecting this to Trump? Why? Why are all these news things right here all trying to say that, oh, it's Trump? This is all possibly a certain Trump from Project 2025. Everybody's freaking out. Oh my God. First, we'll cover it up, but is it really by Trump? No. So I'm going to tell you guys Project 2025 is not by Trump, it is by the Heritage Foundation, and Trump had nothing to do with it. All he said was, "Oh, it seems like a good idea." That's it. I mean, it's lobbyists' jobs to essentially bring these plans and ideas and policies. It doesn't mean they're going to go into effect fully, but it is their idea to bring it up before the term starts, so they can say like, "Oh, these are our plans for the system that are coming up, possible plans." If Trump so forth signs for it, if he's really with it. Now, based on what Trump actually said regarding Trump to 2025, we're going to cover that real quick. Trump's exact words. Trump's words on Project 2025. See, now that I've been a little bit more specific, you see the stories change a little bit. It's because Trump's not really involved. We're going to click on one of these and see that they're trying to frame it as if he's trying to distance himself for the project, but because it really wasn't his idea. They bring it up to him, and it's only really real policies that they're bringing up right now. There's going to be other ones. There's going to be other projects. There's going to be other ideas and policies that they're going to bring up. But this one is just the one that Democrats picked out of the bucket to, freak out about. Is all that matters. Biden, Harris, they're freaking out over Project 2025. I'm just, so give me a moment, guys. I'm reading this. Yeah, look, so see, as you see right here, it's from the Herald. Paul Dans, director of Project 2025 at the Heritage Trump, speaks at the National Religious Broadcasters Convention in Nashville, Tennessee. Former President Donald Trump is seeking to distance himself from the plan. There you go, guys. He doesn't want to be too religious because at the end of the day, Trump is a businessman. He's not known for being a religious guy. So he's not going to want to follow all these religious policies that the Heritage Foundation, which is very religious, clearly is trying to set for the future. And I get it; they're coming from a good place. They want society to be well better. But let's see what this little Project 2025 is really. Project 25 is scary. Trump himself is scary. The whole Republic. People are just freaking out over nothing. And like, we live in Texas. Project 2025's thing would essentially start here already, if it really was that big of a deal, or in Florida, and we haven't even seen much changes there, guys. So I don't know what the big idea is. Democrats are just throwing some stuff out there. They're throwing all the shots out there just to say that Republicans are bad and that for you not to vote for them. It's all media play, media game. So we're seeing that Trump is clearly trying to say he's not involved because he's not really, but the media is going to try and frame him to be like, oh, he's all for it because he's a Republican, and he's on the side where Republicans value religious traditions and peaceful policies and all that, and orderly policies. But I mean, just because he's on the same party doesn't mean he's for the plan 100%. I mean, he probably doesn't even know much about it. I mean, he's old. He's too busy fighting with all the things that he's already got going on. The campaign itself, fighting Biden, fighting legal battles, Supreme Court. You think he has any time to be concerned about Project 2025? No, guys, come on. Let's get real here. Let's be real. So let's go check out the details real quick on Project 2025 or 2025 actual details. It's sad that I have to put the word actual. A summary of destruction. Snopes. Pro-Trump plan to over. What's Snopes, man? Okay. CBS News, BBC.com. Wish list for a Trump presidency. There you go. BBC News is not okay. So they have a good little way to put it. The blueprint called Project 2025 and produced by Conservative is one of the several think tank proposals. It's a proposal, guys. This is not like American media. BBC is international. They're not gonna lie as much as American media would, as try to get away because they can get away with it in their own country. International is a little bit harder because people from all around the world are looking. But it's just a proposal, guys. Nothing really to be concerned about. Project2025.org. Okay, so this is actually a good way for me to look at it. Read it. It is not enough for conservatives to win elections. If we are going to rescue the country from the grip of radical left, we need both a governing agenda and the right people in place. Very clear. This is the goal of the project will build on our four pillars that will collectively blah 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 blah. Guys, I just wanna know real quick what it's about. And how bad is it? How serious? Actions of liberal politicians in Washington have created a desperate need and unique opportunity for conservatives to start undoing the damages the left has wrought. True. It is not enough for conservatives. If we're going to rescue the country from the grip of the radical left, we need to both a governing agenda and the right people in place for to carry this agenda. This is the goal of 2020. The project will build on four pillars that will collectively pave the way for an effective conservative administration, a policy agenda, personnel training, and a 180-day playbook. Wow. The project is an effort of broad coalition of conservative organizations that have come together to ensure successful administration begins in January 2025. Conservative policy recommendations and properly vetted and trained personnel to implement them. We will take back our government. You're not really going into details, guys. What is the playbook here? Let me see policy real quick. Policy agenda. I don't. The book is brought more foreign scholars and policy. Hmm. Common defense. The general warfare. Huh. Okay, all right. Makes sense, guys. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna dumb it down for all of us. Project 2025 is a full government overhaul. It is a full implementation and training of pretty much almost every federal government body official, both defense and judicial, beginning training and screening in order to see if they're for corruption, to see if they're doing the right job, to make sure we're getting the right people in place. It's basically conservatives training their own people to be in the positions and replacing the people that are already in the position if Trump so far starts firing a bunch of people when he gets elected as president. I don't think he's going to fire everybody. I think he's just going to fire certain people or legally prosecute them the way he can with his authority. But this policy that they're pitching, it's a little excessive because we still have to have a balance. We still have to have some kind of Democrat body and belief. Even, I mean, not the I want to get rid of all the unjustified Democrats, the extreme Democrats, the ones that are causing chaos and bringing useless policy and trying to implement gender fluidity on young children. The ones that are trying to let drugs loose and illegal criminals cross the border, those extremist leftist ideals, we can kick them to the curb. I don't care what Project 2025 does to those guys. But we still got to have Democrats, guys. We can't just be replacing everybody with a conservative. We got to have a balance. We can have a conservative majority so that we could implement laws and policies to better our community, better the nation. However, the cat's trying to get out, and that's actually funny. He's like got his claws under the door. He's trying to get out of here. So Project 2025 in a way is excessive, but it's not like, oh my God, we're gonna enslave the entire government thing. Like, no, they I'm pretty sure they constitutionally cannot get away with all of that, but they will put some things in there, just to better the government. We need to have a better military. They weren't kidding on the agenda for the defense to improve the defense military, all of those, the executive branch. We do need to improve those areas. Our military has been getting laughed at by other countries. I don't mind improvements there and replacing individuals there. I don't mind it for education too. We need to stop the unnecessary gender fluidity on children. We need to focus more on core basics and just making our kids intelligent members of society who are going to go perform jobs. We don't want to be throwing all these extra college classes on them that they don't need. I'm against that too. We want to just give them straight up what they need to be in society, to operate society, function society, to have backup plans and jobs in society as they grow up and become adults and live life amongst us. Yeah, I don't I know where Project 2025, it's coming from a good place and we should implement it in some areas, but not 100% completely. But that is what it is, guys, and I'm not going to deny it for what it is. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It sounds like a really good thing. At the end of the day, if you ask me, Project 2025 would just be better for society because we just have pretty much order everywhere. The crime would go down for sure, indefinitely. You all saw this in El Salvador, and you all saw this in all those Latin countries that got their conservative presidents. They literally rounded up all the criminals, a whole change of authority. Everybody was getting locked up. All the gangsters were fleeing the countries. Some of them came over here to America and crossed the border illegally, just to get away from their criminal records over there, back in the Latin countries. And we all know that. We all know that. Because Mexicans have been doing that for a long time. So that's Project 2025, guys. I know I keep looking around. Sorry, guys. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on right now. But yeah, that's Project 2025. Let's go ahead and see Biden. Biden did not like the backlash that everybody was giving him. Let's just say that. Um, Biden literally calls in to CNN. CNN. And about debate. Oh my God. Yeah, so he called CNN. I think it was this morning or another morning, just because like he didn't like how they were talking about him, and he wanted to talk to them straight up and to I guess the world, like, and just try and make a last ditch effort to convince us all that he is not a delusional, dementia afflicted man that is not capable of being president when he clearly is. And we will see right now when he calls on the phone and talks to these people. Yeah, it was pretty disappointing and shocking, and yeah, let's just listen to it. Um, I'm gonna come over here real quick. I'm gonna press play, but I'm gonna come over here. Real quick. Well, I hate ads.
I've been doing this a long time, and I, honest to God, have never been more optimistic about America's future if we stick together. I really mean it. Here's what else I've learned, and many of you have learned. You walk your faith as well. We're all imperfect beings. We don't know where or what fate will deliver us to or when. What we do know is that we can seek a life of light, hope, love, and truth no matter what. We can seek that life.
I get confused.
Take all of our experiences and give everything we have to work together. Because when we do, you can't stop us. I mean this sincerely.
President Biden speaking at a church in Philadelphia over the weekend as he faces a critical week for the future of his campaign. Calls for him to bow out of the race continue from some Democratic members of Congress, as well as members of the comes as the president is set to lead the NATO summit this week in Washington. And Donald Trump is lying low for the most part. He's disappeared. With the
where is he?
Like he's not around.
Why are they hiding him? Are they afraid that he may go out and?
Okay, that wasn't the one where he called in. I literally saw it this morning. It was hilarious. Hold on, guys. I promise I'll find it. So he sat down with George Stephanopoulos, and they had a pretty embarrassing interview. And they were talking about that. Morning Joe, I think. Yeah, Morning Joe. Oh, yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Now for something a little different, and from inside the White House, we have a special guest joining us now, the 46th President of the United States and presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden, calling in to Morning Joe right now. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Mika, I'm more than presumptive. I'm going to be the Democratic nominee.
There you go.
Okay, well, Mr. President, that leads to the letter that we just received a few minutes ago. And I'm curious, there's a part of it where you talk about the fact that you got 14 million votes, 87% of the vote. It was an open process. You only had 3 people running against you. You have 3,900 delegates. And then you ask this question, do we now just say the process didn't matter, that the voters didn't have a say? I'm curious, is that an allusion also to Donald Trump and the fact that Democrats, you believe, may now be doing the same thing that Donald Trump tried to do in 2020, and that is overthrow the popular will of Democratic voters?
Well, look, Joe, let me say it this way. The reason I've been out on the road so much all over the country, and while Trump is riding around in his golf cart, filling out his golf cart before he even hits the ball. But anyway, he hadn't been anywhere in 10 days. I've been all over the country, number one. And I've gone over the country for several reasons. One,
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but somebody there at CNN in the background, you can hear it. And you can hear them. They're laughing. They're laughing, and they're trying so hard not to laugh. It's like, I don't know if you can hear it. I don't hear it, but I can hear it. If you go find this video, I'm not going anywhere, you'll hear it in the background.
To make sure my instinct was right about the party still wanting me to be the nominee. And all the data shows that the average Democrat out there who voted, the 14 million of them that voted for me, still want me to be the nominee, number one. Number two, the idea that Donald Trump has gained in any substantial way as his argument to why he should be president is anywhere convincing than it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. It's just not there. And we're just starting to focus on Trump. And look, I attended services, spoke to over 600 people at Mount Airy Church of God in Christ in Philly. I stopped by campaign field offices with John Fetterman and Madeline Dean, both strongly supporting me. The president and the first lady, we spoke at a campaign ice cream social for APSME, Council 13 in Harrisburg. 40 minutes after we spoke with supporters, stopped by Denim Coffee. I mean, I was with the governor of Pennsylvania, who's still strongly supporting me. I mean, so look, and
he's just talking, rambling like an old man. He's just talking about people that he knows that support him, and that's it. He's not giving us any real substance, any real reason to say, hey, this guy isn't getting too old to be a president. Hey, this guy might actually have a point against Trump. He has done nothing, none of that. And that is our argument here. The Democrats are twisted and evil to push this guy on, and half of them still do, half of them don't. But they're still sick, evil people, man, because they really just want to keep pushing this against Trump no matter what. Really can't find anybody better because, I mean, they're not better people in general. They're terrible people. They have terrible policy. They ruined our country. They have full control over the Congress and the presidency. They had two main powers of the government out of the three branches of government. They had two of them, and they ruined our country. It's ridiculous, guys. I mean, you have to be delusional to think that Democrats still work, or you just have to be a selfish person who just cares about themselves and their own little personal beliefs, and they don't care that they're being implemented on a whole bunch of, like, pretty much 70% of the population actually doesn't want them. Like, you don't care. Like, it's literally about that. Like, that's all I can see at this point when you're supporting Democrat politics. It's just not right. They're not right the way we all are living as normal Americans, citizens, as property owners and everything. It sucks. So yeah, that was Biden calling in on Morning Joe just to, I guess he tried it on George Stephanopoulos previously, another night before after the debate, to try and say that he didn't mess up on the debate, and he messed that up. And then, as you can hear right here on this phone call, he clearly doesn't know how to talk either, and he's just rambling. More reasons for us not to trust him. He's a terrible person. He's being used as a puppet, but I mean, he was a terrible person when he was younger, so I'm still going to call him a terrible person, even if he's just a puppet now. Oh, man. So, yeah, that's pretty much it with Biden trying to fight back against the media and against the whole world. It's literally him against the whole world at this point, trying to convince us all that he's not a bad pick. But let's go ahead and check out what's going on with France. Heard France is having a little bit of problems. Oh man, you better take me back to Ducky. Duck, go. Let's go see what's going on with the France. Les France. Okay, so this is just France stuff. News in France. MAGA fumes over France election results. They cheated. Man, I don't know. France has always been a weird country. They've always had like political strife, and like since they've had monarchies, they've had problems with politics. Oh man, ahead of the Olympics, France far left just won a parliamentary plurality in a stunning upset. Did they really win? Who knows, man? After the things we've seen in the American election. Ungoverned is a new word. Wow. What happened in France shocks election and what comes next? I mean, so a lot of people were very unhappy with France's turnout of election. They were expecting conservatives to take over parliament with the majority, but it appears here that did not happen, and the Democrats have come out to upset them. Now, France has always been a really weird country full of a lot of leftist type people, so I don't doubt that this happened. but I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard to tell. These countries, I mean, they experience their own political problems and corruption too. So anything could happen. I mean, they're waking on money to a country dominated by the far right. France awoke to becoming Italy, a country where only painstaking parliamentary negotiation may eventually yield a viable coalition government. Wow. Okay. I guess the people really didn't want this because look at the destruction they are causing. President Emmanuel Macron snapped like the model that could take. Okay, all right. So this was like a secondary election. I guess that's because they have won the first. They were projected to win by the first, and somehow they lost in the second one. So I think that's why people are freaking out and burning stuff down over there. So it's kind of like weird. It would be like right now in the USA, Trump's totally kicking Biden's ass, but for some reason, come election day, Biden wins. I guess that's what they're experiencing over there. With the Paris Olympics set in less than 3 weeks, exodus of breaches of sacred feature. Talks to form a government may stretch into the fall when France will need a government to pass a budget. The new Popular Front, a resurgent if fractious left-wing alliance, came in first with 180 seats in National Assembly and immediately demanded that President Macron ask it to form a government, saying it would put forward its choice of prime minister in the next week. The demand ignored several things. Under the Constitution, Mr. Macron chooses the prime minister. In the 577-seat National Assembly, the new Popular Front is some 100 seats short of having a workable majority. Okay. It was not the program of the left-wing alliance that won all its seats, but a combination of that and a decision by centrists and the left to form a Republican front of unity against the National Rally in the second round of voting. Despite this, Jean Le Mélenchon, the combative left-wing leader, said he would not negotiate with potential coalition partners nor change a single sentence to the left's program. None of this boded well for the lifting the thick fog with which Mr. Macron's snap clarification election has enveloped Paris. France, with its presidential system, has no culture of coalition building compromise. We know nothing of that. We are a nation of would-be Napoleons. They don't believe in making deals. They want war like Napoleons. A painstaking negotiation on a agreed agenda between parties with other differing views on which part. For example, the new Popular Front wants to lower the retirement age to 60 from 64 a year after Mr. Macron raised it from 62 to 64 after a bitter fight. Man, you're literally only raising the retirement years higher because you don't want to pay that much money to people who could be struggling at the age of 60 already. I get it. All right. Your Macron sucks. He's always sucked. He's a freaking Democrat. Bill earlier this morning, tightening rules allowing foreigners to work, live, and study in France. How is that an immigration bill when you're allowing more opportunity for immigrants? I don't get it. That's not an immigration bill. He's just doing a bunch of stuff to piss off the national French people. He's doing what Democrats do. They make a bunch of policies that aren't even for the actual citizens of the country. They're for a bunch of people outside of the country and big corporate entities. Pieces of caca. So this is why French people go crazy. Because their Democrats are a little bit more controlling and excessive than our Democrats. That's why they start burning down stuff. I talked a lot of smack in the past about France and how they're so uncontrollable people and all that. But you know what? I get the fury. After 4 years of Biden, I get it, guys. I really get it, and I take back everything I said about France. Lamine Sarr, sorry, bro. You all got it rough. I am sorry. I thought we were getting it bad. No, yeah, the French government is being the French government. All right. So, local monkey business. Let's see what's going on there, right? Central wants to feature rainfall and weather related to tropical storm barrel. Oh, okay, guys. Okay. Whoa. The news is asking for us to send a bunch of pictures of heavy rainfall. Only happened in certain areas, guys. Nothing for rain in Palmview. You can see that comment right there. Ted Cruz can't answer Texans' burning questions on border security immigration. I mean, we do have importances on that. Wow. So this is something that happens in Mexico a lot, but also happens here because we're right next to Mexico. Cockfighting, guys. Yeah, look at these two geniuses that got freaking caught for freaking fighting roosters. You know, I don't even know how these things work out, but I mean, it's gotta suck going to state prison for, fighting a bunch of chickens. I almost pity these guys. LaFay, another crash, guys. Oh man, what is up with poor driving down here? What can I say, guys? Another crash, terrible. That one looks pretty ugly. In La Feria, I drive by there for work. Say restoring power will be a multi-day process, and medicines will be affected by the surge. Oh, okay, so as the Hurricane Beryl passed through the Houston area, a bunch of people lost power, obviously. They're saying that it could be a long time before they get power. Oh wow. Year of the Dragon, RGB Pokefest to be held Sunday. If you enjoy cosplay, card games, and Pokemon, this event is for you. Babe, I know we're taking Hugo this Sunday. Sorry guys, I like Pokemon. So does my son. Response efforts to Barrel. Well, we don't need to worry about Barrel, guys. It totally passed us. I told you guys. Hurricanes do what hurricanes do to the RGB. They just go, foom. They curve right by us. Foom, foom, foom. We're in the middle. They just screw us. Chief meteorologist. Bob's Burgers actor pleads guilty to January 6th felony charge. Okay. Right when the Supreme Court orders the that the DOJ could not prosecute them. Oh, it looks like Benchwire finally calms down with their ugly comments about people. Hardcore leftist. I didn't think we were gonna make it, guys. Hurricanes never really hit us. Brownsville couple is accused of abusing their children and dog. Wow. Yep, they look just about how typical pieces of crap look like down here, guys. Why the dog? What the fuck the dog do? Oh, yippee. That's yeah, awesome. Endangered sea turtle eggs. That's not really something we really care about, I'm not gonna lie. Money Magazine recognized UTRGV as a top institution. So let me just break it down for you. UTRGV paid Money Magazine to say that they were a top institution so that more of us can pay more money to go there. That's bullshit. They're not a top institution. I'm sorry to say it, guys. No need for anyone to tear the valley down when we have our own people to do it for us. Some of these comments are... Well, let's see the comments. Now that you say that. Most relevant. All comments. I just want to know what the people know. That's it. I just want to see what the people have to say about UTRGV. Students that have to travel to Edinburgh because their classes aren't available in Brownsville would disagree. One of the best, but they have a top 100 school list. They could be at the bottom of the list and still be considered one of the best. Yet our area was voted least educated. Make that make sense. Number one university at selling out and catering to everyone except its own community. These comments on UTRGV are savage, babe. For some time, I have considered UTRGV superior to UTSA, which seems to confuse quantity of students with quality of academics. Here's more evidence. Now they have to work on their customer service because from a scale of 1 to 10, it's a flat 0. They don't help you and don't answer or return phone calls. It's a great university, but coming from students and alumni, situation with the parking lot is worst one yet. But in the least educated area, it's the wrong choices in life have consequences. Wow. Okay, so not UTRGV is known for lying, guys. If the people haven't told you, if the locals haven't told you, the news will always have a nice story. Make these things, sorry, Jesus. Will always have a nice thing and try to lie to us, but the people know the truth, and I love it. They just dig into it. They just dig into them, eat them alive. I don't even have to go in there and say the truth or bring out the stats or anything. They just do it for me. Woo! Roadway improvements. I mean, whatever. Oh, it's the lady that got bit by a shark. She's okay. Yay! Awesome. Brownsville police search for a suspect in Vape City robbery, potentially armed. Well, we're not seeing the picture there, but I mean, you gotta know. POS running around. If no one can see him. That's funny. Wow, beach accesses. I don't care if Cameron County closed the beach. I'm still going. What the hell are they gonna do? Give me a ticket? Wow, motorcyclist dies from heat. Oh yeah, so recently, this is not like local news, but Death Valley hit a new record for all-time heat in the whole nation. I think it was 132 degrees. Let me just open up the story, guys, and we'll double check that real quick. Whoa, I was stand corrected. High temperature at Death Valley was 120 degrees, which surpassed the previous official record of 127. The highest temperature in all of the nation is 128 degrees. What have we hit on the real field? We've hit like 120. We're up there, guys. We're up there. We're not there all the way up there, but we're up there. We hit our hundreds, 115s, 110s. Not really safe, but I mean, we adapt. We're freaking resilient as hell. Us Mexican Americans, we're like super Mexicans. Damn, the first fatalities, man. So two trees. So the couple of fatalities from the Houston. I guess we're gonna jump into the Houston thing, the Houston hurricane damage and all that. So from what I've seen too so far, 3 people have died. One is drowned in waters. 2 of them were struck by trees in their own houses. Trees that were just thrown by the hurricane wind. Yeah, that's one. Wicked hurricane. Was it even category 1 to be throwing trees? What's going on there? Oh, when a 73-year-old was killed when a tree fell on her house. Man, 70. These are old people. The 50-year-old was sitting in the house with his family as they were hunkering down during the storm. Then an oak tree fell on the roof and hit the rafters, causing it to fall on the man. He was declared dead at the scene. Dang it. Oh. So that's the 2 trees killed in a house fire. Okay, I stand corrected. It was not a drowning in water. It was a house fire. Dang, that sucks, man. Dang, that's gotta suck for Houston Fire Department. They lost somebody. The fire, oh man, the woman was reportedly dead at the hospital home. The fire is under investigation. Hurricanes can cause fires too, guys. They can cause some messed up things to happen. Oh man, that's sad. So all right, back to DuckDuckGo. Let us. I'm gonna close Facebook, guys. Give me 1 second. That's over here. Hurricane Barrel. Post this. Hurricane Barrel. Let's see what else this thing has done. Search took in 3 lives. I'm pretty sure it's taken more. That's Hurricane Barrel hit Mexico and then Houston. Crew start rebounds as hurricane pass. Angles recruit postpones commitment during the hurricane. Track tornado storms crossing. I don't think there's any tornadoes. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm losing control. Wow, so far we've only had 3. I mean, it's not bad for hurricane history. I mean, I know it still sounds messed up that only 3 people have died, but I guess we're not seeing much action. Let's check out the pictures real quick, guys. Let's see what's going on there. Just before we end it, I guess we're ending short because this hurricane really didn't do much. A Category 1, Category 2 hurricane, I don't expect to do much at all. But, let us see. Ooh, is that what it looks like from the world view? Dang. Yep. Water getting high. Uh-oh. People are already getting flooded. I guess that's what happened when it hit the island. Man, dude, I know I talk a lot of smack about hurricanes, but the actual damage and stuff that happens, guys, is not cool. I don't really want that to happen to anybody. As far as the jokes go, this is just terrible. This was okay. So the storm was Category 5 when it was hitting the islands, I think. But then when it came over here, it was weak already. Category 1. I guess we're not going to get that many developments until the actual storm ends. It's still kind of going as a major storm, right? It's still going over there.
I think so.
It's got to be tropical depression for sure at this point. Imagine a lot of people are without power. There's probably going to be a couple more bodies found in the places that flooded. I know Houston got flooded in some areas. I saw some pictures of that. But we'll double cover the final damages again at the end of the week when we do our next episode, guys. Yeah, this was a little bit shorter than the other ones. Good to see you all again. Episode 10. I don't even know what I'm gonna call this one yet, but we'll figure it out later. I just wanted to get this recorded and cover a few things. But yeah, I learned with you guys. We researched together, and see you all in the next episode of 956 Opposition, guys. We talk about all this stuff, getting prepped for all this weird going ons and happenings with the government and whatnot. See y'all later.